Well, hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm David Gersten, the founding director of Arts, Letters, and Numbers, and I want to welcome you all to our participants concert as part of our creative music intensive summer program directed by Michael Harris. And I want to thank my dear friend Michael for all that he is bringing to Arts, Letters, and Numbers over these really many, many years. And this year in particular has been a truly beautiful and I would say remarkable experience. It's our first full-on in-person creative music intensive since COVID. And we have had a just wonderful group of musicians from all over the world participating both on site and online, working with fantastic teachers. We have just been so lucky to have Del Sol String Quartet, Alexandra Verbalov, Elliot Cole, Peyton McDonald, Terry Riley, and of course, Michael Harris. Bringing each of them, bringing incredibly unique vision, knowledge, and voice to this program. And I would say together, with all of the participants, we have really experienced some magic moments and magic works, some of which will be shared in today's concert. So I want to thank each and every one of you for all of the spark and thought and music that you brought to this program. And I also, I want to thank the incredible team who have made this program run as smoothly as we could ever have hoped, and on sometimes facing some difficult odds. So I want to thank Addie Hansen, Peter Bailey, and Duen Ju. Without the intense dedication, we simply would not be where we are today. And so thank you. And now I'm going to pass it on to Michael Harrison, who will begin the program. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. So great to see all of our participants and all of our audience in attendance. We've been having an amazing 2 weeks up here at Arts, Letters, and Numbers, and from our online participants all over the world. We have 25 participants, about 2/3 are attending in person and another third online, plus 5 faculty and 3 staff members. And we've all been creating new music in a wide variety of styles while taking group classes and private lessons. So we're so excited to share the music we've been working on and creating for you today. And we'd like to start with The Twin-Headed Dragon. So this is a collaboration between Christopher Bullock, Tamara McLeod, Sujin Liu, and Owen Schnell. They'll introduce themselves and introduce the work.
Hey, I'm Christopher Bullock. I'm a painter and electronic musician, and this piece is our first exploration into real synths, so it should be fun.
Hey guys, I'm Owen, and I'm going to be performing on Mode.
Hello, my name is Tamara McLeod, and I will be controlling the faders on the mixer.
Hi, I'm Sujin. I'll be doing the Euro right.
So next we have Viva Agarwala, Lucas Johnson, and Tamara Mode again. If you could introduce yourselves, those of you that didn't already, and introduce your work.
Hi, I'm Viva Agarwala, and this is a piece that was written for mezzo soprano and piano. I think Lucas is going to drop it down an octave, but yeah, it's the words are a Robert Frost poem, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Lucas.
Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaves of flower, but only song and awe. Subsides to leave. So nature's So Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down today. Nothing good can stay.
Let's just do a little test. Oh, sure. Would you make a little sound over there?
The next piece is called Tell Me Again.
And I'm accompanying on synthesizer. My name is Colton Brown.
Or is there when it thunders and only there is he ever there? Or is there when it thunders and only there is he ever there? And since it never happened, I would have loved him until the dawn, until the dawn. Said something about him, the way he was, the way he is. And does the wind have to take everything? Boy, can you tell me again? And does the wind have to take everything? Boy, can you tell me again? And does the wind have to take everything? Boy, can you tell me again? And does the wind take everything? Boy, can you tell me again? And does the wind take everything? Boy, can you tell me again? And does the wind What can you tell me again? And does the
Now we have The Voice Within with Suyin Liu, Noah Magnus, and Elliot Cole. And if you can all introduce yourselves, that would be fantastic. You're on this camera, and you can use the mic right up here.
Now we can use this one. We'll need a moment to get this set up.
Hi. Oh, okay. Hi. Hi. I'm Noah Magnus, and I will be improvising piano on this piece.
Hi, I'm Suyan. I am a Hegem player. Hegem is two-stringed bowed instrument.
Hi, I'm Elliot Cole, and I'm going to be singing and playing some guitar pedals.
Hi, I'm Sujin, and quickly I wanted to tell you how I came up with this piece. Last week, I took a night walk right outside the House of Hill here at Every Park, and it started raining, and I started walking, and then I started hearing the voice within myself that I forgot about. And it was like kind of life-changing experience, and being surrounded by the nature and by beautiful soul, and I started kind of like decided to focus on my inner self more. And I'm really grateful for that experience, and I really wanted to share with you. And also, I really want to thank Elliot and Noah and Suyeon for collaborating with me. It's such an honor to work with such, extremely talented musicians. Thank you.
Check.
One thing worth mentioning is that the piano is tuned in a just intonation tuning, which is a tuning that I created called Ragas and Modes in the Key of G. So everyone here that is using the piano has either learned to compose or improvise and adapt to this tuning, which actually sounds quite radically different than if the piano were in the normal equal tempered tuning. So next we have harmonic improvisation with Owen Schnell, Lucas Johnson, Tamara McLeod, and Noah Magnus. Maybe you can introduce the work.
Hi, I'm Owen Schnell, and this piece is called Harmonic Improvisation. It's written for just intonation piano and just intonation Moog. And we have two vocalists and Chris playing the Moog. You guys can introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Noah Magnus, and I will be on the vocals.
Hi, I'm Tamara, and I'll be on the vocals too.
Alexandra, can you introduce Nora Lee?
Nora Lee will perform Untitled. I just want to thank Nora for the beautiful moments of sharing music and the sketching, especially in that session, because I didn't have a one-on-one meeting, but I'm thrilled for every moment of togetherness and collaboration that she participated in during my stay at ALN, and can't wait to hear this work.
So, Alexander, would you like to introduce Holton Brown?
Yes, this next we will hear Untitled, a piece by Colton Brown. I had a really great privilege to discuss not only Colton's music, but his directions in music that are coming up. And I can only say that the experience at ALN seems to be exactly what he needed at this point in time, and also what I needed at this point in time, at least judging by the meeting of the two of us.
This mic? This mic. Hello? Thank you, Alexandra. Yeah, so this piece... Thank you for the introduction, Alexandra. This piece is an improvisation that commemorates our time here together at ALN. And it also comes with a thank you for all of you for being here and getting to know me and for letting me get to know you. So thank you. It's gonna... 1 minute. We have to do some things.
Next, we have Will Hallett. Will, can you introduce yourself from the big mic?
I
Hi, I'm Will.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
performing audiovisual composition.
Will put me on the list of producers, so should I go ahead? Will Hallett is a media artist interested in audiovisual performance and composition. And last week at ALN, Will collaborated with Jackie on performing an in sketch as a graphic score, and it was a brilliant theatrical improvisation that involved the metal ladder that's right there with all of you. So the next piece we will be hearing is The Rain Condensation Nuclei by Mark Roberts. And Mark's deep and layered and analytical approach to life experiences, which I saw in many conversations that we had, translates into then depth and complexity, but also amazing clarity in his music. And I was lucky to have a one-on-one session with Mark. And I understand that this is also a very exciting time for Mark in music making. And I told David that these are really holy times when we are witnesses to that process. And thank you, Mark, for letting me in.
Hi. Oh, okay. So this piece is actually just an improvisation. It's an improvisation on a piece that I've been working on about sort of the global warming temperatures and precipitation rates over the last 100 years. Although this piece is really just an improv. I hope you enjoy it. I know a lot of you are probably sick of hearing it because I've been playing it the last 2 weeks all the time. But yeah, I think it's fun to play, so I wanted to do that in the spirit also of the improvisations that we've been doing. So, Julian, you want to come?
Okay, so the next piece we'll hear will be Free Swimmer by Parsa Noruzian. And I was very lucky to meet with Parsa twice and look at this quartet. And I'm just amazed with how easy and natural it is in an environment like ALN to morph the work and to morph our thinking about music and sound just based on interactions that we have with other musicians. And with Parsa especially, I found that his curiosity to find out about himself and curiosity to find out about others made that kind of creative process and growth even easier. I also enjoy the fact that there was somebody else besides me at 5:30 in the morning in the village walking through the woods. Looking forward to hearing the piece. Thank you, Parsa.
Three things: keep earplugs handy. That's it. No, I wasn't muted. Yeah, I'll mute myself.
Hi everyone, it's Sam from Del Sol Quartet. Hello from Mendocino. We're here with some redwood trees and some other not redwood forest awesome things, and we've been out here for a few days now and just thinking about how much fun we had working with everyone over the past 2 weeks at CMO. For Stacy and for Parsa and for Yaz and for Willen, they were such incredible collaborators, and we want to say thank you to them for being just so flexible and supportive for us and willing to be like part of this collaborative process. It's really what makes it great for us. I think these pieces are really special, and they bring out really the breadth of what a string quartet can do. Everyone came in with such an awesome open mind and an experimental spirit, and we just had a great time. So hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Was great. The next piece we're hearing is by Yaz. And Yaz has multiple and versatile expression in both music and arts. He's been doing improvisation, he's been doing concert music and music for film, which I found out the other day, and he's been doing visual arts. And Yaz, I'm really excited for your path. It's very rich. And I'm especially excited about you taking every opportunity to draw from and to bring closer the two worlds that you call home. And here I mean the Middle East and the US. And it's really important in the time that we live in, that with our artistic integrity, we bridge places that need bridging. We'll hear Yaz's Adagio Cantabile performed by Del Sol Quartet.
Thank you, Alexandra, for the introduction. May I just say a few words? I just want to thank everyone, the faculty, Alexandra, David, Elliot, everyone, and Mike for all the help they've been. I sat with them all, and they all suggested very valuable things to my piece. It's been really so much fun to see all of you guys, and each person that I met has brought me a lot of joy and inspiration. It was just really beautiful experience being around all of you. And finally, I want to thank Del Sol for their mastery and beauty, and we had few sessions. It was incredible to me, and hearing my piece being recorded by their delicate hand and hearts is really something very, very touching. I want to thank them again, and I hope you all enjoy the piece. Thank you.
Are we back on?
Yes, we're back on.
Well, from here. Beautiful, beautiful, Yaz. Willing Whiting's two pieces for string quartet are next. And those of you who were present when we talked about the string quartet writing, this beautiful work was one of my favorite examples of how a composer would treat a string quartet as one big organic organism that produces sound. And this kind of organic unity is also similar to Willing's harp piece that we heard yesterday, and several people said it was otherworldly. And it is otherworldly, I think, because it takes us to a place inside the sound. And thank you, Willing, for your music that really delves deep into that inner workings of sound that for all of us who create music is really where the true magic lies. So the two pieces for string quartet by Willing Whiting.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Alexandra. I was struggling to find words to say today, and you really did a great job of saying what I wanted to say, really. And I hope everybody enjoys it. Thank you for having me.
So the last piece for Del Sol String Quartet is written by Stacy Farian. Stacy is a composer and pianist from near Boulder, Colorado. She specializes in creating lyrical music with repetitive and polyrhythmic patterns, and much of her work the last 3 years is in just intonation tunings. We're especially honored that this is Stacy's third time participating in the Creative Music Intensive online. Stacy, would you like to share anything about your work with us?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a few words to share. Yeah, it's been such an honor to work with Del Sol again and to learn so much from them and all the inspiring creative souls who are attracted to this program year after year, both faculty and students. So the true title of this piece is Only the Dirge Awakens the Dance. And this is a line from a short poem by my friend and sometimes collaborator, Wayne Gilbert. If I were a better time traveler, Wayne's poem would have inspired this piece, but I didn't discover his poem until Tuesday morning and then realized that that line was the perfect title. And Wayne graciously granted me permission to use it. So before then, I have some explaining to do. I'd inserted what I thought was a hilarious title from a random song generator as a joke, and so that's why you'll see Baby, Are You Ready to Party as the title at the start of this piece in the video. So maybe you can all learn from my mistakes. But I'd like to read Wayne's very short poem for you now to set up the piece. Breaking. Poems are never good news until they are cried over. The imagery lingers like nightmares daylight cannot smudge. Only the dirge awakens the dance. Cannot consume fiery pain. The words turn black on the sheet, their warnings fade blue on blue, and the reader can inhale deeply, unsmothering the wild winds. Thank you.
Next, we have Maddie Ashman from London. Maddie is a composer, singer-songwriter, cellist, and guitarist. She creates music in a wide variety of styles, from popular to contemporary classical. She does film scoring and many interdisciplinary collaborations. She works a lot with multi-track vocals, with instrumental accompaniment, and just intonation tunings. Her piece placed third in the 6th microtonal guitar competition. This is also Maddie's third time participating in the Creative Music Intensive online, and we can't wait until next year when hopefully we can meet you, Maddie and Stacy, in person. So Maddie, can you share anything you'd like to about your piece?
Not much else to say, except yeah, very happy to be here for a third year. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy this microtonal guitar piece, which I made with added frets and lots of inspiration from Michael Harrison, of course. Yeah, thank you.
The next piece, Mary, beautiful. This was gorgeous. The next piece we'll hear is the third movement from Cornell Thomas's string quartet, Reactive. Cornell is an award-winning conductor and composer, and he also is at home in 2 countries. In our group, there seems to be a lot of people like that. So he is both from Hungary and the US. He's worked with various ensembles, including the Hungarian National Philharmonic and the Vienna Chamber Orchestra. But what I love in Cornell's case is that he builds on the legacy of his fellow compatriot and the giant of Hungarian music, Béla Bartók. And I specifically think about Bartók's string quartets because I know that Cornell, as all of us who ever studied Bartók's quartets, were forever influenced by them. But not only that, he carries that legacy in his great writing for quartet as Béla Bartók, but also in deciding to leave Budapest, where he's had a career for America. Bartók did the same. And here we're definitely richer for it. And keep on the beautiful work, Cornell.
Thank you, Alexandra, for this wonderful introduction. There might have been a little confusion, but it's going to be actually a clarinet piece that I sent to ALN. And this was actually written during the pandemic. This whole piece was my kind of dealing with lockdowns and how I felt through the clarinet voice. And this third movement is the heart of the entire piece. And it's about the anxieties that I dealt with during the lockdown. So enjoy. The beginning of the piece is very, very soft, so you might want to raise your volume.
Next, we have Peter Bailey. Peter is a composer currently studying in a conservatory in Great Britain. He's from Great Britain. And Peter has been an amazing force behind the Creative Music Intensive. Since a few days before we all arrived, he's been working tirelessly from sunrise to sunset to make sure that all the participants and all of the faculty are totally supported in all of our needs and all of our tech. And so it's really been great. Thank you so much, Peter, for all your support, and we can't wait to hear your piece. Would you like to say something about it and say a little more about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Michael. So this piece was something I put together just a few days ago from some stuff I've been working on previously, kind of some video and some audio. It's named after this piece from the fourth cycle of sort of Welsh medieval myth, which is called The Birth of Blodeuwedd, which is basically a story about a woman who is created from a collection of flowers by magicians, or a bunch of flowers, which is transformed into a woman, a living woman by a collection of flowers. And it's put to footage of an old stop motion English TV show, which is involved with a similar idea, a bunch of children's toys like Toy Story, which get sort of brought to life, which have their little adventures and stuff. And I think I kind of find that in the piece as well. This idea of kind of taking like a mundane object or a simple object or something, and it transforming to life, and this quite kind of fairy tale idea of a little something becoming a living creature that breathes and that walks and talks, that I find quite beautiful. Thank you.
Next, we have Philip Foster. Philip is a composer and improviser living in Manhattan. He has extensive experience coordinating group improvisations with both musicians and dancers. This is Philip's second time participating in the Creative Music Intensive. Philip, would you like to introduce anything about your piece?
Yes, thank you, Michael. A little bit of background might make this piece a little bit more tolerable. I'll explain it this way. I found myself in a workshop before I knew about ALN, and I was unprepared because I didn't know that we had to write a piece of music for the workshop. I found myself there with a group of musicians and didn't quite know what to do. So I had this idea that there seemed to be so much classical music programmed that the public never really got a chance to hear a lot of the new music that I enjoyed and that so many people were writing. So I wanted to make a piece about sort of a criticism of the programming of classical music. And what you're about to see is the results. I hope you enjoy it. And thanks to everyone at ALN for making this such an exceptional experience. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Philip. So next we have Memory Lapse by Han Ning Chung. Han Ning Chung is a composition student in graduate school in the Netherlands. This is the second year she's been with us online. She's interested in music and music theater with multimedia, mostly with lights and tape, and she's inspired by stories in life. She's also working with music therapy to develop interactive music for people suffering for Alzheimer's and autism, and for women during labor delivery. So here's Memory Lapse.
I wanted to have more
We have two more pieces for you today. The next piece is What It Is by Viva Agarwala and Lucas Johnson. Viva Agarwala is a designer and musician exploring sound in the built environment. She lives near Tampa, Florida. And Lucas Johnson makes songs primarily using his voice and harp. And he's incorporating synthesizers and beats using Logic. He's very interested in made-up worlds. Writing is his favorite. He studied film. And when making his own soundtracks, he realized he loves to make music too. He likes to tell stories through music, considers it to be much more atmospheric and cinematic than traditional music that you sit down and listen to. So here's What It Is by Viva Agarwala and Lucas Johnson. Viva, do you want to share anything about your piece with Lucas?
Hi, yes. I just wanted to say this is, it was a piece for synthesizer.
Do you mind starting again? We didn't have the speakers on.
Oh, yeah, sure. This piece was for synthesizer, violin, and voice. The harp sound that you heard was plucking from the violin into an instrument. And that was something I came to ALN with and met Lucas here. And when he heard it, he really wanted to add the vocals. So in this spirit of collaboration, we wanted to share it, even though it's still in process. But yeah, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so we have one last piece. It's Two Dream Poems by George Brandon. So George Brandon is from South Orange, New Jersey. He's an anthropologist and has an extensive background in jazz and contemporary classical, as well as collage and printmaking and poetry. Besides being a composer, he's an improviser, and he has his own jazz sextet and big band. He plays trombone and percussion, and he's very interested in sound healing and meditation. George, can you tell us a little bit about your piece?
Yeah, I'd like to talk about the two poems. The two poems are one's by Gary Snyder, who's an American, and the other one is by Mahvash Sabet, who's from Iran. Gary Snyder's poem is about the state of process of going through a dream, of falling asleep, what happens during the dream, and then wakes up. Mahvash Sabet's poem was written while she was in prison. She's a Baha'i, and in Iran, Baha'is are a persecuted religious minority. At the time I wrote the poem, she was still in prison. She has since been released from prison. She was in prison for her efforts on behalf of women and also on behalf of providing education to Baha'is, since the Muslim government doesn't allow them to go to school or to college. So these poems are a result of thinking about those experiences, encountering the poems. And they were also written towards the end of my recovering from COVID. I had COVID for about 10 weeks. And one of the things that happens when you're sick with COVID is your sleep pattern is really disrupted. So there were days on end when I couldn't sleep at all. And then days when all I did was sleep and have dreams. So this piece was composed during the period when I was recovering from COVID. Thanks.
Wow, what an incredible 2 weeks this has been. And so much of this music was born in these 2 weeks, and so many new relationships and friendships and collaborations. For those of you that were participating as our audience, we're so grateful for you coming and listening and sharing in the experience that we've been sharing all together. I especially want to thank Elliot Cole, our faculty member who's been here literally all day long, running tech to help make this happen. So Elliot, thank you so much. And to thank the rest of our incredible faculty, Alexander Verbalov, Peyton McDonald, the Del Sol String Quartet for their incredible collaborations and performances. And the one and only visionary David Gersten. Also, we couldn't have done it without Peter Bailey, Chris Bullock, and Addie Hansen, who've been holding our hands and supporting us all the way. Thank you so much. So just a few last minute things, and then I'll turn it over to David to say good night. So we've posted Nor Lee's video in the chat. So we're sorry we had technical problems playing it for you before, but you can watch it now. So just make sure you get the link from the chat before we close out the meeting. And just wanted to invite all of our online participants. We've asked Scotty to beam you up so you can join us for swimming and pizza at the lake tonight. So with that, we'll turn it over to David.
Well, I'm just so moved, touched, excited, and thrilled by both everything that we've just heard in this remarkable concert. I mean, really incredibly moving works, heartfelt explorations, and also just everything from the last few weeks. From the minute this group started walking in the kitchen, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was in a matter of something like 4 hours or something. We went from, you know, having maybe 6-8 people on campus to something over 30. And in those first few hours, as people arrived, just the energy and the vibe and the care was kind of overt. I mean, this enormous expression of care and thoughtfulness, and it immediately turned into, you know, what I love, the best parts of ALN, which is people interacting in incredibly free and open and thoughtful and vulnerable and caring ways. And so from, you know, dancing with the piano the first night to the next morning on the porch, you know, I knew within, you know, 24 hours we had a great one underway. And so I want to really thank everybody for bringing that kind of honesty and care to this project. And I of course want to thank Michael. You know, it's been a decade that we've been doing this, and I don't think either one of us ever expected it when we started. Michael was going to come up for maybe a week or something, and see what these crazy people were doing up in the woods, and he stayed, I guess, a month that first time, something like that, and then it's been a decade, and just brought incredible soul, spirit, and obviously music, but the depth of the spirit that Michael has brought to ALN is kind of foundational to the whole project. I really mean that. I think we've been able to evolve in ways we never could have if it weren't for Michael deciding to stay a few extra weeks. Oh, I mean years. And I'm so thankful for it, Michael. And great to meet all of you. Just thrilled to meet Alexandra and Elliot. I mean, wow, great conversations we've had, and this group has knocked my socks off. The whole group that came this for these couple weeks. So you know, I guess all I could say is let's keep going. You know, let's keep going. There's no reason to stop. We can you know, give it another go as soon as everybody's ready. You know, I'm ready. So thank you all, and I really look forward. I'm sure we're gonna gather these works together and have them somewhere that we can keep sharing, or maybe this recording will be we can share. I'm gonna guess of the concert. So I'm really looking forward to bringing that to a really as broad audience as we can. So thank you all again, and I will see you soon.